How's it going, guys? My name is Graeme, and this is A Place for the Unwilling, which just came out today after being kickstarted like a couple years ago. I was immediately drawn in by the just absolutely incredible sketchbook feel of the art, but the gameplay and idea here is so amazing as well. It's set in a dying city that's set to end in 21 days. The game is totally narrative based. It's all about this branching framework of choices that you make along the way. The developers have described it as having the narrative depth and exploration of Sunless Sea, with kind of the setup of Majora's Mask with a dash of Lovecraft in there. The game is written by an award-winning author. I can go on and on. I'm so excited for this game. I also think it's the sort of game that's going to work really, really well for Let's Plays, because every playthrough is going to be very, very different. The game is quite long. It's 10 plus hours long, but you could keep playing it over and over again and have vastly different choices, so watching many different people play through it is going to be really cool. Citizenship gray, origin foreign, occupation merchant. I'm curious about the branching citizenships. Yeah, let's go with the big honkin' Squidward nose. I'm trying to think of fancy names, and Reginald and Archibald came to name. So I'm gonna be Regibald. Miss, Mr, they, I wish I could be doctor or something. Game saves at the beginning of new days, and just pen in signature, looks perfect there. Sign off on that.
My dear friend, I know you won't believe it after so many years, but I had no alternative.
This narrator feels very Jude Law-esque.
You'll come to this city. I know you will. You never failed me, and I know you won't fail me now, my dear friend. You will come to this city, and you will understand why I did it. All I own is now yours. My business, my reputation,
Rat
my
races.
contacts. I only ask you for one thing. For you to look after my people. For you to take care of my mother and Juliet. But be careful. This city isn't what it seems. It hides secrets. Terrible secrets. My time is running out, my most dear friend. I know you won't understand why I did it, but believe me, it was my only...
That was cool. What we're hearing is actually what he was writing on the paper. You could see it written out there. What happened? Henry, am I talking to your ghost? What's going on, dude? What? Fill me in. I got so many questions already. Huh? Hello? Huh? Are you there? Do you want to know who's asking? Oh, this is confusing. I thought this was dialogue. This is just, you want to know, you as in us, want to know who's asking you as in us. Where we are is more important right now. It's not important. It's not important. It's Henry. Henry Allen, your good friend Henry. We played War of the Oranges together. Do you remember? I made Aunt Berta so mad. How simple everything was back then. How simple. Impatient and ask him to get to the point, or you let him go on without interrupting. I think I want to get to the point. Please tell me where I am right now and what I'm doing here. Hey, this isn't like you. You were never so direct. But people change and, forget. My dear friend, we're dreaming? Have you got any questions? So many, dude. Look at this. Look at all these questions. I wish I could just hold them all up to you right now. I want to know what he wants from us. We want to know more about your supposed friendship. You want to know more about why you're dreaming together. You don't want to know anything. Why are we dreaming together? Yeah, I am curious about that. You say we're dreaming. How is it possible for you to be in my dream? No, it's not unusual to dream with other people. It's all a question of which step of the staircase you find yourself on. If you go way down, everyone is there. Here it's just me and you. Out of harm's way for now. Out of harm's way. This guy Jacob Two Shoes his sentences a lot. But the city is hungry. The city can smell us. The city is looking for us. You have to stay alert. You have to dream with caution. You have to find the silver key. The silver key, the white ship. Love. So many doors. Which one will you open? Yeah, man, you're speaking in riddles here. I have more questions than I did just a moment ago. Tell us more about our friendship then. But I don't remember a thing. What kind of friends? When? How? What kind of friends? What kind? Soulmates. We were inseparable as kids. We were like siblings. Siblings in orphanhood. Aunt Berta looked after both of us because of our strange abilities. We were the brightest ones in the orphanage. Do you remember the Orange Wars? I do. I remember. Have you got any questions? You want to know what do you want from me specifically? To be frank, I'm Regibald, whatever my name is. I don't know what I'm doing here, and I'd like to find out. I called you because of the city. The wretched city. It's eating up my Juliet. My beloved Juliet. It will devour us all. I wrote you a letter and asked you to take my finances, my social position, my business. You accepted. You left it all behind. More. Tell me more. I can't get a handle on this mess. Tell me more. More? I guess I can remember it. It hurts, you know. Every time I remember it makes my tongue turn blue. I hear the horrible crunching of my vertebrae. My legs thrash. Then I go still. Still. I killed myself just after I wrote the letter. I killed myself for Juliet. For the city. I can't save her. Can you? That's my only hope. I need to know exact motives behind your death, dude. Forgive me for asking such an intimate question, but why exactly did you kill yourself? You really want to know? I can't tell you. You have to find the clues. 7 clues. 3 clues. 1 clue. Then we'll discuss it. Have you got any questions? You don't want to know anything more? You just want to wake up? That's enough. I want out of this shit. Okay. Let's wake up. But first, but first, you will listen to one more piece of... But first, you will listen to an original poem composed by myself. You will listen to one more piece of advice. Sure, lay it on me. You can never have too much advice. Remember the shadows. Fear them, but make use of them too. The shadows. Those strangers you pass by on every street, on every square. Those blurry and different faces, which you forget even when they're right in front of you. That sounds kind of like the movie, Charlie Kaufman movie, Anomalisa. The shadows are the key. The city, the first city. They are enemies or allies. Remember those who aren't shadows too, the familiar faces. Friends or enemies. They are the key to the city, the second city, the hidden city. Well, you got to tell me about the city. Now I was all ready to wake up, and now all that cryptic shit sounded real cool. The hidden city, what are you talking about? Shh, now's not the time for questions. Listen, try not to forget. Prosper. Only someone influential will be able to discover your secrets. Being important to the city is the only way she'll see you. It's time to wake up. Remember the shadows. Remember the faces. Now wake up. Being influential is the only way she'll notice you. So we have to earn status and everything to catch the attention of Juliet, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm just obsessed with the artwork in this game. It just is so unique and so cool. Sometimes I think I should get rid of the mirror. I feel so small in its immense reflection. That seems like an excessively long time to pop up a dialogue branch every time you interact with the thing. A good friend of mine used to tell me, home is where you hang your coat and your fears. Was it Henry? Was Henry the good friend? As soon as I look at the bed, I inevitably feel tired. It's still a bit too early to hit the sack. I feel like 6 p.m. would be an acceptable time to call it a day. Meanwhile, plenty of things I should be doing. 6 p.m.? Come on, can't we stay up a little bit later? A chest of drawers with 2 flower pots. How accurate of a description that is. The more I look at his eyes, the more the brushstrokes get distorted. I barely can make out his facial features at this point. Which, there's a second painting. I want to look at both of them, actually. The inscription reads, Joseph Mallard William Turner, and a title that I can hardly understand. I wonder if he's some local painter. I'll attempt to hold that name in mind, but odds are slim that I'll be able to do so totally accurately. There's totally a thing I've seen in screenshots of this game where other characters in the game are just these like blurry shadows like Henry was kind of describing. And so even in a painting, you can't see the faces properly anymore. Same thing. I guess he says the same thing about all coats. My shirt should be stored in one of these. I can only hope I haven't left them back home. You can get by with one shirt. One shirt, one pair of pants, like 2 pairs of underwear. That'll probably get you through. I hope the movers haven't misplaced anything. The most memorable moments are always spent around the table. Yeah, but I don't remember any of them. The fire of a fine fireplace warms you on the inside as much as on the outside. My shoes and clothes are stored here. Maybe that's enough time interacting with random crap around the house. 10:10. Oh, can I get like live updates on the time by checking clocks? Okay, that puts a little bit of pressure on me. It's not like time doesn't advance through performing actions. It's actually going to advance by like time is just passing. I only have the 21 days, so I should probably like get doing things. Fancy that. Seems Dana Allen, Henry's mother, is throwing a party to welcome me to the city. I should swing by her place from 11:30 a.m. She lives in one of the first manors to the left of my house. If I want my new business to prosper, it's crucial for me to get to know as many of the city merchants as I can. Maybe Harriet Clinton's shop in the Central District is a good place to start. I've written down a few good pieces of advice in my diary, which may be of use until I'm more familiar with the city. I'd better take a look. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I had just noticed that the buttons in the corner there match the colors of like the Xbox controller I'm playing on. I don't know if the UI would look different, probably if you're playing with like a computer or whatever. But I like that they color matched it as well as like position. It makes it very easy to keep straight. List of things to do, advice, and a grand reception. Should walk around and get to know the surroundings of my house. Perhaps it would be wise to avoid crossing the bridge until I've fully explored this part of the city. Buying the newspaper every day is important to stay up with what's going on. I need to find a kiosk. Establishing a friendly relationship with the owner wouldn't hurt either. Once I bought a newspaper, I should look for a shop called the Lumiere or something close to that. It would be good to meet the local retailers and start building my connections. I think it's on Longnos Street. And here's what I was talking about with everyone looking like weird, sketched out shadow people. I can still talk to them. I wonder if you get to know people, if it'll reveal them. I don't know. I'm guessing super hard on that. I'd love to spend the day talking with you, but I have errands to run. Away with you then. It's also kind of interesting that there's like a smokestack there that looks the same as the strangers. There's nothing like spending the morning at the club, chatting with friends and sharing a few fine cigars. Perhaps the club is where I'll send myself off to. Is this my home, my business? The King in Yellow. That's a really cool looking photo. An adaptation never seen in the last 10 millennia. 10 millennia? Isn't a millennia? I guess you could go BC. Before you, the drama which has brought calamities upon hundreds of civilizations. The tragedy of 2 princesses, Casilda and Camilla, who succumbed to the spell cast by a mysterious visitor. Bring a costume and a mask. We, ghosts from Carcosa, will give you madness. That is probably like a legitimate thing I can go to. I can probably find a mask and like go visit that. I don't know how far to wander. Oh, damn. I also got to keep a close eye on the time. It's still only 10? It's no, that doesn't make sense. It's got to be past 10, right? It was already said it was 10 something indoors the other place there. Doors closed. I have nothing to do in here. Okay, so you can't just go banging on random people's homes. I guess I should keep an eye on the map. That might give me an idea of where I could maybe go in search of the kiosk. Wow, crossing the bridge. It said to wait to cross the bridge. That is still like a very large portion of the city is on this side of the bridge. So I don't know how far I go wandering because I don't want to miss that party. It seemed like a very easy first task, you know? The theater, Emperor's Den Cemetery to the south, Maelstrom Bridge to the east. That doesn't update your map or anything, though, right? No. Okay. There. I already have Longinus Street is on the map, though, so I already kind of have an idea of where I could be going. Oh, nice. No, it totally is like marking things for me. So those posts can be used for fast traveling. So I got to keep an eye out for those and try and like log as many of them as I can. I just like looking at the birds up on the roof there. But I don't know if fast traveling will advance time, because that could be a real issue for me. They're really hyping this thing up, aren't they? Get out of my way. I couldn't even see that you were there. I'm trying to read some of these signposts and know like what buildings I'm in front of while I'm just wandering around aimlessly. Oh, an officer. It's funny he still has the hat. Get out of here, stiff butt. Aw, man. What a damning insult. A newsstand. Yes. A billboard covered in headlines and opening paragraphs. Let's just go right on in. I don't know if we have any money whatsoever. Hey, we got to know a person. Yay. Giles. Giles? Probably Giles. Hello, good sir. You cannot know the pleasure it gives me to welcome a new, decent citizen. I don't know if you've heard of our humble store, the center of distribution for the only reliable news source for miles around, The Journal. Good sir, don't even consider reading anything else. But I'm making a faux pas, as it's so often the case for me, as is. Poor Giles. Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Giles Stanbury, here to serve your good self and every good citizen now and always. At my newsstand, you will find the daily rotation of current affairs and finance necessary to keep your business in order, and all the help this humble entrepreneur can offer. Let your faithful friend Giles get you off to a solid start. Please help yourself to a copy of The Journal, our preeminent local newspaper, the only trustworthy source of information for a respectable lady and gentleman. And don't even think about getting your wallet out. It's on the house. I accept. Which that's like the first real choice I've made, I think. I mean, going to the stand is a choice, but like, I wonder if somewhere down the line he's just like, oh, you happily took a free paper. I don't know how much stock to put in everything. The game makes it sound like you should put weight in every decision. Oh, thank you. I'm Giles. Started a sentence wrong and just went with it. What a great way to begin the day. I'll accept it with pleasure. Your happiness is my happiness, dear friend. Remember that your faithful friend and servant Giles will always be here for whatever needs you may have. Okay, but now can I read this newspaper? Is it something I actually follow up on? Hey, an unexpected gift. That was a nice easy one. A mysterious play. I came across a poster about a disturbing theater play. It doesn't pause things. I can still see people walking around in the back. A drama never seen in the last 10 millennia. I should ask somebody about the poster. Who could know a lot about theater? Grand reception, advice, list of things to do. The inventory. The inventory is where the newspaper would be, right? The time. Okay. Took me longer than I planned. Alright, well now's as good a time as any to attempt a fast travel, I think. And then I want to see if the fast travel makes time pass. 12:18. I don't think it did. Alright, so I'm back at my place, I think. What's up with the horse and carriage? Can I just hop on him? He's resting. If I want to take a carriage, I should find another one. Okay, at least there's that option available to me at some point. Is this... No, this is my house. I'm looking for the party. Where's the party at? I shouldn't go around randomly opening doors. I'll find myself in jail. Yeah, but we got an invite. Nope, this seems like probably not where she lives. Probably not, you know? To the left of my house. Yeah. That's where I feel like I am right now. Huh. Are we both just defining left differently? Does it depend what way you're facing? Door is closed and I have nothing to do here. Open up the map. Where the hell am I supposed to be going then? Hello? Does anyone want to tell me where the party's at? You guys are all so boring. I don't even know if I want to party with any of you. It's also incredibly unclear if I can interact with houses on the other side of the street here. It seems like not. It's not like highlighting doors for me as I approach them, so I don't think that I can. Oh, somewhere I could finally go into. Okay. There's a possibility here. Hello! Dana Allen? Oh, Juliet. I found Juliet. That seemed easy. She's looking down, and it doesn't seem she wants to talk with me right now. Okay, that's fine, though. I managed to find your way in. My good friend Henry's widow. Yeah, maybe, like, indicating the bed of your good friend's widow is not a great way to introduce yourself. How about it? Henry Allen's desk. His chair is toppled over. What about out his big window here? The dirty windows indicate that the staff of the Allen household aren't particularly enthusiastic in their work. I'm wondering if, like, I had to be there either right at 11:30 or, like, just a few minutes before or something. Like, I might have totally blown that. I might not be able to go to that party now, which is kind of ridiculous. Missed opportunity. The stool seems particularly uncomfortable, as if it had been designed with the Machiavellian intention of torturing the pianist. This seems like a party, right? But I couldn't say whether or not this is at all the right place. You stink of money and fakery. Hey, excuse me? Did you hear me? Well then, like I said, you stink of money and fakery. Ha ha ha! They really stuck it to me, didn't they? I'm here. I am here. The guests at Mrs. Allen's party weren't what I was expecting. Not by a long shot. They seemed shabby and strangely decadent. I was expecting a different kind of guest. I was hoping this was the right place. There weren't that many different places I could go. Hey, it's the new guy. The hangman's friend. Come on. Let's have a drink. His soul... That was more of a vomit sound than a hic. Oh, you're the new merchant. Well, if you're looking for people to do business with here, you're out of luck. Here you'll only find wretched souls like me. Wow, think more highly of yourself. When did you become revealed? And also, I think I just pushed her. I want to see if I can do that again. That was weird. I didn't notice the swirling cloud unveiling her. Wow, those eyes have seen some shit. My dear, come and give this miserable old woman a big hug. The occasion couldn't be sadder, could it? My dear Henry had to die so I could get to know his companion from his adventures in limbo. Is that like a metaphorical limbo? I don't know in this game. But all, even small joys are of great worth, especially when misfortune reigns. In you, my dear, I hope to find a confidant with whom I can gossip past the time of day in that way old women do. Here, drink this up. She's just a sweet old lady, my friend. I can accept the drink. Maybe I gotta stop accepting favors from everyone, though. Maybe that's gonna come back to haunt me. People are gonna see me as, like, a leech. With great pleasure, Mrs. Allen. Dana. Call me Dana, my dear. Ah, well, if we're not gonna bed his widow, maybe we go for the mother. Terrible. Get it down, you quick. There are plenty more to come, and time is flying by. I agree. Don't know what else to do with my day. All I did is read a newspaper so far. You know, dear, having you here makes it much easier to pretend to be respectable, especially for an old witch like me. Goes full witch just on the spot. The truth is, all I feel like doing is weeping for my Henry, shutting myself up in a bedroom and never coming out again. But having you here gives me strength. It turns out the last letter my Henry wrote was for you. It was a great surprise. Why do you think he wrote to you of all people? Our childhood friendship? He had no one to confide in? No, you don't want to insinuate that he couldn't confide in his own mother. Ignorance. Honestly, I have no idea. It came as a shock to me, too. We hadn't spoken since we were boys. Another mystery to add to the big mystery. I don't know what's happening to this city. Mysteries appear from everywhere, like mushrooms after the rain. Aren't you parched, dear? My throat's like a desert. Here, drink this and toast this poor old codger's health. Two drink minimum. I'll have it, but I'm cutting myself off with that. I got shit to do today. I don't want to black out drunk and lose one of the few days I have. That's what I like to hear. Isn't this punch delicious? My recipe, naturally. But don't ask me what's in it, because I won't tell you. Moving to an unfamiliar city all of a sudden like that must have been like a seismic event for you. You don't know how much it gladdens me to see just how important my Henry is to you. But I can't help being curious. Ooh, she's starting to pry. What exactly are your plans, my dear? Have you come just on business, or are you thinking about staying with us for a good while? I wonder if you would like lose inhibitions by getting drunk with her, if you would lose the ability to choose dialogue options. Like, either the game auto-chooses some for you, or where there was originally 4 options, there's now like 2, or something, you know, it starts to narrow you down. You want to concentrate on business, you're thinking about staying for the long term. For now, I'm just concentrating on the business, I guess. I don't want to sound insensitive, Mrs. Allen. Dana, I think I maybe am being very insensitive, though. Sorry, Dana. As I was saying, I don't want to sound insensitive, but my main priority right now is getting business going and doing justice to the position I've inherited from Henry. I think that's still respectful. I'm okay with that response. Oh, don't feel bad. I think it's the wisest position to take. What's more, you have in me an ally to help you get started in the city, now and always. We're living through an interesting time, my dear. Stick by this old codger, and you'll see how life will smile on you. Full witch again. Oh, and look how I've been keeping you already. And this party was intended for you to meet some important people. What a disastrous host I've been. I'll let you go now. Just one warning. I wonder how much time we just lost. Do not go looking for our dear widow. Sure thing, Dana. I promise I won't. Poor Juliet is still very upset and isn't up to socializing. I'm sure you'll excuse her. Before you go, my dear, have a last drink with me to our brilliant future. I'm gonna turn this one down, because I feel like, look at those crazy eyes. You've never seen eyes so crazy. I mean, I know she's bereaved and grieving and everything, but like, I think the third drink is the one that's really gonna start turning things around. It goes from like social lubricant to social, your brakes are cut and you crash. I'm gonna pass on that one. I'm afraid I can't manage another toast. And yet, sometimes it's worth the discomfort to make an effort for the right person. You'll learn soon enough. That was very, like, it was a low jab there. Jeez. I'll leave you with your illustrious guests. Don't be shy. Mingle, talk, listen, and above all, smile. No, don't you dare tell me to smile. The city seems to honor its men and women in equal measures. This bust demonstrates the high esteem that women are held in here. I don't even know if we know the name of the city. Dumb old Henry tightened the necktie. Tighten the necktie. Tighten the necktie. Wow. Just making fun of the toot for hanging himself? The painting depicts a nocturnal landscape in the romantic style that seems to predominate in the majority of the city's canvases. Maybe we just sit down and read a book while everyone else is mingling. Oh, it seems like I can't actually interact with that. Maybe we grab a quick dessert? I would love to slip past you and see what's behind that door. I've heard you're new to the city and want to do business. I've got a proposition for you. Killer hats. For him, for her, for kids. Do you want to tell me more about these hats? Anything would be a good start, maybe? Any minute detail? Shouldn't go around opening doors. Aw, come on. We're already inside. It shouldn't hurt. Shit, what time is it? Are we coming around like 3 o'clock here? I gotta fucking figure out how to read this clock accurately. It weirded me out that it's on like a slight axis tip. It's almost 4. It's almost 4 o'clock. That makes sense. Yeah. Actually, yeah, okay. So the big hand isn't moving slowly. The big hand skips to the nearest hour, or to the most recent hour, I guess maybe would be more descriptive. I just want to see if he says the same thing. Yeah, he says the same thing there again. So I only have like 2 more hours in my day here. So I really just want to try and, make some tracks. Try and talked to a few random people around the city. I don't know if I have to be home by 6 or if that's just like a good time to aim for. Every day the newspaper brings news of altercations in the poor neighborhood. Some people don't know how to conduct themselves in society. That totally reminds me. I legit never read this stuff. Documents in warehouse. Are either of these the newspaper? What's going on here? Henry's will and the newspapers from day one. Who is the newcomer? They wrote an article about me already? The new arrival, I just want to make sure time is not passing. The new arrival may be a friend of the late Henry Allen. That, dear reader, is the question on everyone's lips right now. Today the newcomer will spend his first day in our dear city. I don't know if I'll read every single journal, newspaper excerpt. I at least want to read the first one so we can collectively get a feel for how important reading newspapers seems. Knowing little of its dramas and tragedies, although of course they know all about him. You do? Both this newspaper and our disgraced rival have immediately begun investigations into the mysterious motives that have led to a young businessman to settle in our city. I should seek out the rival newspaper. I want to know if I could turn them against each other or if they're writing from me in like notably different perspectives, things like that. Can I use a magnifying glass? Oh, this is much easier to read. The answers seem to have Henry Allen at its core. Readers of the journal are familiar with every detail of this tragic story. How his body was found in his office with no suicide note left behind. This is not the sort of shit newspapers should be writing about. Not even a farewell to his widow or his inconsolable mother. As sources close to them have confirmed, Regibald was a childhood friend of Henry Allen. And that may be that the deceased had sent a final message to the friend in question. The foreigner who will now become yet another citizen of our fine city. The big question being asked by this newspaper, and one we imagine our readers will also be asking, has to be, what has he come for? What are his objectives? Will he enter into conflict with the onward march of our city? Only time will tell. Wow, you guys are very protective of all this, aren't you? Is this the exact thing that we saw in the opening moment? I don't even think it is. Henry Allen, Mason of sound mind, passed down the following goods to the indicated beneficiaries. All that to Regibald, the ownership of a bank account dedicated to maintaining the Allen Manor. Management of this account will also be shared with the other two beneficiaries of the present will. My progenitor, Dana Allen, and future widow, Juliet Allen. Ooh, future widow. That is like the heaviest pair of words you could possibly write. God, that's gutting. Weird to give 3 people joint custody of your estate like that. It seems like it's begging for trouble to be caused, for people to kind of argue over things in some way, shape, or form. Warehouse? My notebook's empty because I haven't bought anything yet. I have 345 coins in my wallet. Okay, and what is this? This looks like a business that we could maybe investigate. It looks like there's a play on next week. Ooh, okay. Try to note for myself a week's time before we can get access to the play. Maybe I can get a ticket. Yeah, try and buy one, like, right away if you can. I guess maybe we're gonna have to, like, talk to a stranger or a kiosk or something. Pardon me, good sir, but I'm not free right now. I imagine most shadow people are just gonna blow me off, right? Every day the newspaper brings the things about the neighborhood and all that jazz. Have you heard about the new invention that lets you talk to someone who's in a different place from where you are? What will they come up with next? They have phones, or at least the beginnings of phones. What have I just done? This seemed like maybe it would be worth investigating, that there would be something hidden back here. I'm just kind of mashing the interact button. That back alley. It's a good hiding spot. Didn't seem to actually yield anything particularly useful. Shit, 5 o'clock already. And I think I'm only just now back at the newspaper stand. He's just chilling outdoors? Hey, mind pointing me in the direction of your rival? I want to hit that guy up. You've come here with the insatiable thirst for current affairs, am I right? Let's see if we have something that'll satisfy it. Sir, today, your faithful servant, Giles Danbury, is so busy that he can't even spare a few minutes to chat, but I'll make it up to you on some other occasion. Goodbye. That's fine, dude. You already, I was just you're outside of your shop now. I was wondering if maybe you wanted to follow up on anything in any way. You seem busy. You seem fine. Stop fucking staring. Okay. The citizens and police officers do not seem to have the best relationship in this world. In a city like this one, the law needs to come down hard. Yeah, that guy's certainly taking that to heart. Yes, Mayor Wallace is on the right track, but he must be less permissive. I'm trying to find, like, anywhere that seems like it would be a business of sorts that I would maybe be able to interact with. Maybe make a purchase or something before the day's totally over here. You there, apple stand man. I'd love to spend the day talking to you, but I have errands to run. Well, in that case, let me just raid some apples from you. A lot of unattended apples. I guess people in this quarter aren't grabbing any without permission. Oh, I was wondering if it was going to propose the option for us to grab some. Just more random clothes stuff. I think the places that are businesses rather than just residential are much more clearly labeled. Oh, this is like the first child I think I've seen. Maybe I shouldn't be talking to random children, but yesterday I almost managed to catch one of those seagulls. But they're very slippery. Ah, good for you, kid. I'm hopeful for you that you can catch one next time. The sign reads, The Top Hat, exclusive club for top hat brothers and sisters. There was that guy at the party who said something about making hats. And another guy who mentioned about hanging out at the club smoking cigars and everything. I doubt I have a membership. Maybe we can find out how to get one. Maybe you just need a hat. I'm sorry, you can't go in there. This place is for club members only. I was hoping you would maybe direct me on how to become a club member. That seems like it would be useful. Oh, dope. Another, like, fast travel sign. Maelstrom Bridge North. Anyone want to chat? Anyone want to hang out? I feel very lonely. Did you just get to the city? Well, one must be careful. Don't you remember the murders from a couple of years ago? You clearly don't. The famous murderer who killed women and then stole their organs? The case was on every newspaper for months. And that stupid commissioner didn't know what to do. People speculated about the murderer's identity, but nobody catched him. He's looking me up and down. No, you couldn't be. Or maybe that was supposed to be like, no, you couldn't be. Like, was that supposed to have a little bit more of an air of suspicion to it? That guy was legitimately considering that maybe it was me? Ah, the Lumiere. That was one of the places I was supposed to hit up. Hey. Aw, she looks lovely. Florence, it's so nice to meet you. Bonjour, mon ami. You might know that I'm the owner of La Lumiere, a shop where the lights are always on for the customers. I don't know how the fuck to do an accent. The lights of La Pla Bleu, La Pla Beau, Paris, and all it has to offer. French is not my strong suit, or any suit. I don't even own the suit. French is a ratty old vest that I have. Monsieur, Florence Peyton stands before you. If you have any suggestions, they will be enthusiastically received. At La Lumiere, we want to create the perfect shop for each client. Magnifique. Oh, really? I don't know what those words mean. Interrupt. No, I don't want to interrupt her. She seems to be forcing that accent. Perfect. I'm doing it flawlessly then. I'm not sure she speaks French fluently. You want to trade? You ask her how everything's going. Yeah, let's just try to be nice and personable to begin with here, and then we'll see where it goes. How are you today, Miss Peyton? What a très gentil thing to ask, monsieur. I'm feeling radiant. How could I not be with this beautiful shop I run, n'est pas? Though, to tell you the truth, I am a bit worried about my father's health. You offer to help, yeah, asking what the problem is seems a little bit too forward, like, I'll offer to help. It seems like blind help, but, if there's anything I can do, Miss Peyton, you need but ask. What a gentleman. Très gentil. Very, I think is Trey. I don't fucking know. But there's nothing that can be done. The same thing happened to my father every year when the winter approaches. It's the cursed fog. At least that's what he says. Gout, my dear sir. Gout. His foot swells up comme un pastic. He spends the whole day in a foul mood, raging at the world. And my poor mother and Annie have to put up with la collier. I feel guilty for not being there, that there's so much to do in the shop. You downplay the effect of her absence. You make it clear the family comes first. This would just me being like, nah, it's sure. You work the shop. I'm sure it's fine. I think that's better because it's me getting on her side. If I go with this choice, then that's me just meeting her, being like, you're making the wrong choice. So this is kind of siding with her a little bit. Miss Peyton, don't martyr yourself. I'm sure your parents will understand that you must attend to your business. Ma oui, ma oui. Even when he's gone mad with pain, my father never requests that I spend any more time with him. And yet, I'm hoping that, like, her French is broken and that the French words she's using, like, don't even fit in the right places. Like, oui is yes, but I don't really know. Because wouldn't that be, like, my yes, my yes? But that's, like, a thing. Like, oh, my yes. But I don't really know if that's, like, a French thing. Well, it's been great to chat with you, however briefly. Now I must go back to my work, because it won't do itself. Merci beaucoup for your exquisite manners and attentive ears. You're very welcome. They've given notice of closure. They're emptying out the shop. It's time to leave this establishment behind. Shit! I didn't actually get the chance to do anything. But at least I went there. I should walk around to get to know the surrounding area. I think I did almost an entire loop of everything. I bought a newspaper, and I went to the Lumiere. I went to the grand reception. I received a gift from Giles. Advice I don't think is actually a quest. Maybe it is. I didn't really read it. I know 5 shops in the city, and only traders like me can buy wholesale. They all have the same products available, though prices will vary. I can buy up to 10 shipments every day. They will be sent to my warehouse. I must buy cheap and sell high. I can always ignore business and spend my time somewhere else. Small typo. I think the game has an absurd amount of text, so it's bound to happen a little bit. And the mysterious play. So the one thing I didn't do with my day was buy goods from my shop, but it also was like, but you can also just spend your day, like, taking in the city or doing whatever you want. So I guess that's what I ended up doing. Weston Books. So I know a new place I could investigate. Where the hell am I right now? Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. I should probably try to... there was a signpost there, so I might be able to drop like a fast travel pin here. Oh, it's like a coach. It's like a bus stop. So I don't know if that necessarily works in the same way. Okay, I'm starting to get a feel for the layout of the town. I realize I could have fast traveled back, but I'm kind of using this as an excuse to really take in the city and try to familiarize myself a little bit. One thing I do want to say about this is that, you know, the game is set to be 21 days long. This first day took a lot of time, but that was with, like, the intro thing where I was talking to Henry and kind of some of that setup and everything like that. I'm expecting... Oh, I'm hitting up the wrong house. I'm still in the wrong place. I'm expecting a good pace for longish episodes that I'll try to do 2 days per episode. So this first episode here is going to be much longer than an average one, I think, because of all that extra stuff and kind of getting familiar with things and trying to figure out how to spend my time and everything like that. This will be a particularly long episode, and I'll try to do 2 days per episode, and then probably the final episode will be 3 days. I don't know. That's what I'm envisioning currently. So I'm going to try and do a second day in this episode. I hope people are interested enough to be down for longer episodes, because otherwise it's going to take forever to finish the series. So I'd rather do it that way. Let's have an energetic start to the day. There are so many places to visit and people to meet. What's this? Somebody left a sealed letter on my bed. Who could have entered the house? To Henry's good friend. I've heard news, like everyone else in this cursed city, of your arrival. Henry rarely told me about you, but whenever he did, he spoke with infinite affection. And that's not something he was usually generous with. There are all sorts of rumors about you, There's nothing new around here, so I want to ask you directly. Why did you come here? Why did you uproot your life to honor the will of a supposed friend whom you hadn't seen since childhood? Signed, Juliet Allen. Oh, not what I expected. It should have been obvious. I should answer her with another letter. My answer to Juliet's question should be, you came to discover why Henry died. You came to try and make a life for yourself. I feel like this would be a very disappointing answer for Juliet. I think she probably has a lot of the same questions. This is kind of me reaching out and being like, hey, the two of us should try and get to the bottom of this because neither of us has a strong indication of what happened here. Yes, that's the right response. And the tone I should use in the letter should be, you use a colloquial and familiar tone. As you would with a friend, you use a polite and detached tone, as you would with a stranger. I mean, that's probably more accurate. It's kind of like when you first start talking with someone, you clean up your language a little bit, you try to not use any slang or anything until you hear them maybe drop one or get a better feel for them as a person. And you do that in email as well. You kind of wait for someone to lower the bar in formality because it starts at the top and you kind of drag it down to like a happy point where you're both like, yeah, this is a good conversational tone. I think that it would make more sense for me to jump straight to colloquial and familiar here. Yes, that's how I should write it. And that's not the game saying, yes, you nailed it. It's either one is a correct answer. That's like Art Regibald confirming to himself, like, yes, good choice, me. Now there's just a sign-off. What should I put? Love. Yours sincerely, yours affectionately. No. I know we already tried to better, basically, but yours sincerely. And that should do it. I'll read it aloud before I send it. Dear Juliet, you beat me to writing the letter I'd intended to write as soon as I'd settled into my new position. But oh, the pace of the city is a devilish one indeed. I hope these brief lines will help to dispel any concerns you may have about my character. Henry, and Henry are my reasons for being here. I don't wish to reignite the pain you must have suffered so terribly, but I need to find out why my very best friend did what he did, and why precisely he chose me as the custodian of his final will. Yours sincerely, Regibald. I'm happy with that. Read it. Now's my last chance to change anything if it doesn't seem right. I like that it gave me the opportunity to confirm that it came out the way that I, as the player, was, like, intending. That's, like, the worst thing about a game like L.A. Noire. The person would be like, I don't know, I didn't see nothing. And then you would be like, they're acting suspicious. And then Phelps would, like, flip the desk and be like, you did it, motherfucker. And you're like, no, that's not what I wanted. That's not the right reaction. I have a terrible headache. It's like a hangover, but I didn't drink enough at the party to feel as bad as I do. I'm telling you, that 2-drink cutoff was important. Maybe I should go and see Dana and ask her for a home remedy? It would seem her potions are renowned throughout the city. I don't know. I think we try to keep our distance from that hag. She's cackling at us like a witch constantly. I feel terribly sick. I might have drunk too much last night. I should visit Mrs. Allen in case she has some medicine. There's a message from one Lucas Weston. Weston's book. It says, to our dear stranger, the guardian of the written word in this decadent metropolis requests your company. I shall be waiting for you in the bookshop in Weston Street at a time that suits you. There's a letter with the town hall's official heading. Oh, so I can't do everything in a day. I'm going to have to start choosing. It's very short. His Excellency, the Mayor, requests your presence in his office today. Be sure to attend. I believe that in order to reach the town hall, I must turn left after crossing the bridge. Shit, that's a lot of stuff to try and do in one day. Legit, I don't know if I have time. I think I'm going the wrong way. I don't have time to go to Weston's books or whatever it was called. I'm teleporting my way across. Oh, you can hear the horse and carriage. Okay, that makes sense why one appeared. Get out of my way, everyone. Holy shit, I got... Time's a wasting, you know? That's why one appeared before. I want to go to the shop where I talked to Florence, and I want to try to, like, buy some goods, I think. I'm kind of writing off Weston It takes a day for the shipments to come in, so I think I want to try and like get a start on that so I can actually receive things. Shop is closed 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Shoot. What time am I looking at right now? Do I just wait it out? 9:48. Yeah, I'm just waiting that one out. I'll just talk to a stranger in the time. Time probably doesn't pass while you're chatting, though. I should have went and grabbed a newspaper. God damn it. You already know dear Giles, am I right, Giles? The first thing I do after breakfast each day is head to his establishment and pick up a copy of the journal. That's honestly probably what I should have done first thing. I need to have that as like a standing appointment or whatever, that each day I start things out by making sure I run out to the newspaper and get myself up to date on the happenings through the lens of this very invasive, snooty newspaper boy. Just arrived and you've made the front page a record. Although, let me tell you this in good faith, the motive is questionable. You see, Mrs. Allen... Oh, but I'm sure you don't need someone like Giles to tell a gentleman such as yourself. You must know everything already, yes? Her hidden agenda? Very suspicious town here. You have come here with an insatiable thirst for current affairs, am I right? Let's see if we have something to satisfy it. There was no option to even pry further on what he was insinuating there. It costs the same as always, sir. No charge, either up nor down. 8 coins and you walk away with a copy of the journal. No change. No change, neither up or down. I was like, no charge. He's going to permanently never ask for money for these newspapers? Because that's suspicious as hell. I will buy one. For at least like a few days, I want to buy the daily paper and get a feel for how important that seems. There you are, Giles. And there's your copy, all nicely folded for you, sir. Pressed and ironed. Smooth. Read today's headlines. Read them. Those damn Unionists have created yet more disturbances. They've dared to raid one of the Talbot stores, and even worse, in their disgusting pamphlet, they accuse our dear Commissioner August's men of having carried out the crime. I'm sorry to get so excitable, but if there's anything that gets on my nerves, it's wretches who won't just stick to the role they've been given. I'm sure you understand. I understand perfectly. You're also disgusted by the rebellious people. I don't understand at all. Protest is the only thing that safeguards equality. I wonder if we make, like, enemies with this guy if he starts charging us more or cuts us off or something. So I'll say I understand, and hopefully that choice doesn't radiate beyond Giles. Of course I understand, my dear Giles. People like this are what truncheons were invented for. Wonderful. That's a good one, sir. And let us pray that men such as our dear Commissioner August continue to wield them and protect us from thieves. That was very prayer-like. It's very weird, like, protect us from the thieves. And our dear brothers and sisters need to know the truth and nothing other than the truth. And only the journal can offer that. I imagine you're tremendously busy, but would you help me? How to put it? Clip the Union's wings. Oh, I didn't mean to sign up for whatever this is. You understand me. The opinion of an upstanding gentleman like yourself, a recent arrival to the city, is worth much more than you think. If you take a walk through the central district, bad-mouthing the dismal rag people will. If you had something bad to say about the Union, I'm sure you'd find a whole load of ears pricking up. Most definitely. But what exactly would I have to say? I barely know anything about the Union or the city. I've just got here. Oh, anything would do, believe me, as long as they're terrible and scandalous. Make a list of atrocities that shock you and attribute them to the Union. They'll spread like wildfire. I haven't even read the newspaper yet. I don't even have, like, a personal opinion about this currently. This seems too shady. I have reason to suspect, and my reason being my gut, to suspect that Giles is being, like, paranoid and overreacting. I certainly don't feel comfortable doing such things, Giles. At the end of the day, a lie is a lie, even when the reason for saying it is a laudable one. Regibald, That was the best response ever. I never could have diffused so well. I don't know what is or is no longer laudable, sir. What I do know is that a city where good citizens don't look out for one another has a dark future ahead of it. But okay, you know much better than I what's in our interests, isn't that so? Oh, he's all pissy at me now all of a sudden. Have a very pleasant day. I feel like he's turning that long nose up at me and being like, oh, okay, you know best, right? Stranger, you just got here. You're going to tell me what's best for my city. All kinds of goods are crammed on the shelves of Giles' store. Shoot. Well, he's definitely pissed. Urgent meeting. I have to go to talk to the mayor, exploring the rich quarter. I have to go hang out with Weston. Migraine. I have to go talk to Dana. Down with the union. I already ended that one. The task is rather undignified, but according to him, necessary. Yeah, I gotta keep my dignity, I think. Despite his sickly sweet manners, Mr. Stanbury seemed taken aback by a negative response. I don't think I've gained many brownie points with him. Another thing added to advice. Things are always happening in this place. People seem to be in a constant hurry, and when they have a task for you, they expect you to finish it the very same day. In that case, I'm glad that I turned down Giles, because I have like so much going on all at once here. It legit would be too much to try and take on more, I feel. So I think that was the right call, but that also makes me think, like, shit, do I still have to try and hit up, like, Weston's bookstore? Because I was going to, like, relegate that to the next day. I'm going to try and hit up all these tasks in one day. I feel like I'm taking on too much. It's already 11 o'clock. Maybe should have fast traveled. I don't know. Oh, get out of my way, little boy. I hate the way you urchins clog up the streets. I think yes, I'm going to vomit. I've got to do something to stop this. Okay, but please let's just deal with this first since we're already here. I thought maybe it was too late, like written off, like nah, it's not gonna happen. A party in your honor, ce n'est pas, thrown by Dana Allen. It's not French, I'm doing old lady. I do wish to question your friendships, mon ami, but I don't want to tell you that Madame Allen is not particularly well liked by hardly anyone. Everyone's throwing each other under the bus left and right, you know. I want to trade. Let's get straight to that. As the French say, laissez-faire. I'm here to trade, Miss Peyton. I don't want to get caught up in whatever the hell shit. We don't need more drinks. I don't think that's a thing that we need. We're already feeling hungover as can be. Ooh, some attire. Can I only get some things, though? I'll start with attire, a bit of canned food. Some personal health stuff is expensive. A bit of fresh food. The canned food is more expensive, hey? And one more thing of attire since it's cheap. I can buy up to 10 things. Well, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Nah, one more. Is that all? Is that everything for today? I can sell things here as well. Oui, monsieur, as you wish. I don't want to keep talking to her, though. I wish to go. I have more. I'll be honest with you. I'll make my retreat now. It's suddenly quite late, and I still have many other matters to deal with. Did time actually pass during that? I don't know if it did. So I might be in the clear. I might have a bit of time. I'm hoping I'll be okay to stop in on Weston, and then I can go deal with this mean hangover. Can't you see I'm busy? Leave me alone. Alright. This cockeyed goofball revealed himself to me. Lucas. Good day, sir. Welcome to the present abode of knowledge. A home where incanabula dream up new odysseys. A word I do not know. The other one, Odysseys, is fine. With which to surprise the world. 1,000 welcomes, good sir, to the bookshop of your servant, Lucas Weston. I imagine that this sudden eruption of mellifluous eloquence, coming from the same incessant stammerer you received you only seconds before, will have you left you quite gobsmacked. There's an explanation, a good explanation. You see, my natural shyness, which I suppose must be born of the innumerable hours I have spent from Chronos in order to take solace in the joy of books, has developed into a pathological shyness, one which manifests itself in this bothersome You see? There it is again. That odious fate lying in wait for the scatterbrained mind. Anyway, my only remedy for this bothersome affliction is to sing in the rhythm of other great classics. Whatever speech I wish to unfold upon my interlocutor. If I get the beat right, I don't mess up a single word. This guy's kind of weirdly singing, pacing his words. Be so good as to bear with this eccentricity of mine, sir. I will repay you with abundant knowledge and a loyalty worthy of Argos. I just assumed wealth. He's gonna pay me money. I know the city and all its legends, ancient and modern, like no other soul who dwells therein. Allow me to make one prophecy. I see a golden future of friendship between you and I. I see us being to each other what Dante is to Virgil and what Virgil is to Dante. Inseparable companions. You are always welcome, dear Dante. Here you shall find open ears and a loquacious tongue whenever you need them. And then some. I really should get into like a word a day calendar or whatever, you know. I'm keeping up decently well, but if we call one of these panels a page, once every like 2 or 3 pages, I'm like, I don't know what that word is. Loquacious? Oh, cool, I can follow that. Incalculable. I don't know what that word is. My dear Dante, how does the morning find you? Has Hyperion favored you? You reply in a jolly allegro that you are feeling most well, which I think allegro is like a poetic rhythm or a musical thing or something. In a gloomy requiem, you announce that it's the best of days. I'm feeling well. Well, Dante has got a taste for this hell. I'm feeling especially optimistic today, dear Lucas. Virgil. Animi custos. Call me Virgil. If you're to be my Dante, allow me the pleasure of being your companion. In any case, to find you in such good humor is cause for much rejoicing. I have a proposal for you. Today I have an odd proposal for you, and yet one that is absolutely crucial in the quest for the ambrosia of this forbidden tree. I don't mind how long it takes you, although I expect you will leave Chronos dazzled by your Hermes feat. I propose that you traverse the whole of our most Croatian of neighborhoods, these streets Tang, Longinus, Al-Sabah, Orsini, and Weston. You'll just need to remember 5 names. Go without fear, explore these streets, do not abandon all hope. You will come back from this odyssey in one piece, or at least I hope so. I don't entirely understand. He just wants me to explore? That's kind of already like a thing that I've been doing. It's like the area I'm already in. Lucas Weston, the bookseller, has suggested I take a good stroll through the rich neighborhood. It seems like a good piece of advice. It's most important that I get to know the city like the palm of my hand. Shit, I was hoping he was going to write out the specific street names for me. Look, I think he's Longinus and Al-Sabah and Orsini. Yeah. This is all and Tang. So basically, I guess. No. I'm dealing with the hangover. I'm dealing with that, like, immediately. I think the theater is slightly closer. It's going to be right on the cusp there. I'll deal with that. That puts me through Tang Street. Then I'm going to go do a loop. Then I'm going to go try and see the mayor. It's a lot to try and fit into a day, and I'm about to roll over to 1 o'clock, like any minute here. Oh, welcome. What a lovely surprise to see you here, my dear. Oh, but look at the face on you. Are you feeling bad? You pretend to be better than you feel. You confess how bad you feel. You get to the heart of it, man. That's the best way to get treated. I feel horrible. My head is the bees, buzzing inside it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. By all the fungi on the moon, you're a complete mess. And you were so restrained yesterday with the drink and the festivities. My, what bad luck. Dana has just the thing for you. Wormwood, rosemary, and a few drops of laudanum. And cinnamon, by Seth. Let's not forget the cinnamon. Oh. I don't like the, get out vibes or whatever of things fading to black like that. There you are, warm like fresh tea, and it smells even better. Always keep it in this bottle. Believe it or not, it'll keep it warm for weeks. So I thought that was me actually sipping it and like my consciousness passing over. That was just time passing while she made it. Whenever you feel like this, have a few good gulps. Don't worry about it running out too soon. The bottle's deeper than it looks. Look after yourself and come see me again. We have so much to do. Curious. I don't know if I plan to immediately drink any potion. Maybe I better. It's the medicine Dana gave me. You drink a little. I'm scared it's going to make a bunch of time pass. Just in case. It seems fine. But it seems like the sort of thing that it's, I don't know, maybe an opioid is the wrong word, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if it bears some addictive quality that I have to be mindful of. So I'm going to run my way through Orsini and then down Weston, up, across, around this way, and over the bridge. Let me just quickly check the journal and make sure that makes total sense. I'm heading towards the mayor. I'm exploring the rich corner. I have taken the migraine medicine. I would be so hesitant. It says to drink it every time you have an attack. I guess I should follow her instructions to the T. I don't know about that, man. I feel like she's poisoning us or attempting to mind alter or control us in some way. Do you know what? One thing that I didn't do. There's so much to try and fit into each day. I kind of love it. I kind of love the urgency. It's always kind of a neat feeling in things like this. The diary day 2 is something that we didn't follow up on. An ill-fated part. Dana Allen's welcoming banquet turned out to be a fiasco. What? Are they going to write up that I got wasted drunk or something? Dana Allen's welcoming banquet turned... Yeah, okay. When you're already in the gutter, is it possible to fall even lower? Of course it is. Yesterday, Dana Allen demonstrated once more the extent to which she takes pleasure in plummeting to new depths. Is it nice and warm down there? We cannot know, but the mother of poor unfortunate Henry Allen is striving to attain new levels of ridicule. Yesterday, she threw a party in honor of Regibald. That's right, the new arrival. As I'm sure you're all aware, we imagine Dana's intention was to demonstrate to this new trader that she's most influential person, surrounded by good friends. But in reality, the party to which this reporter went incognito was attended by the most rotten bunch of beggars and drunks this side of Durian Street. Compared to this part, the orchard is a veritable palace. I can keep it in mind that Durian Street is a place for rotten lowlifes because durians are disgusting. Regarding Regibald, well, what I can say, yes, he was present, looking as if he'd rather be anywhere else and apparently horrified by the spectacle. Not a quote from me or anything, just assuming all this shit. Does Giles write this? I don't think he does. We will not yet venture to come to any conclusions regarding the new arrival, but we sincerely doubt that we will see him anywhere near Dana Allen again. But then who knows? After all, there's no accounting for taste. From AB. AB is a name I'm going to have to keep an eye out for, apparently. That guy's the worst. Yo, dude, what's up? Oh, no, I didn't mean to open that. I'm trying to talk with you. Oh, can I follow him through? Hey, buddy, how's it going? You have not yet completed this odyssey, my good Dante. Come back when you've been up and down every street of this well-to-do area. I'll be waiting here chewing the fat with Homer. Homer's Odyssey. It's a funny joke. I was just curious, like, do I have to talk to people and mingle or do anything, or I think I'm just doing a lap. Gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of being assigned a task that's just running out my clock. Now all of a sudden we're looking at 3 o'clock? Oh, maybe it's still only 2. I've been up and down every street in the whole neighborhood. I should go back to the bookshop and tell Mr. Weston. I should have planned a route that made me end there. I think based on where I'm at currently, I'm crossing the bridge, though, and gonna go see the mayor. He specifically in his thing was like, come see me today, So I kind of want to make sure that I'm honoring that. I don't know if that's like the right word. Respecting that, I guess. Okay, so I actually encountered some sort of bug when I was crossing the bridge. The game like froze up in some weird way, so I restarted. It made me have to restart the day. I was still given the assignment of, you have a migraine, you should go talk to Dana Allen's mom, to Dana Allen, Henry's mom. And when I tried to talk to her, she said she doesn't want to talk today. But I similarly haven't been getting the messages saying like, oh god, I feel so sick and everything. So that's kind of disappointing. Through that little bug or whatever, I've accidentally dropped the thread of taking this weird concoction that she gave me. So I'm hoping that story thread gets picked up again in some way down the line. It's a little bit unfortunate that that happened. But otherwise, I made sure I did everything the exact same. It just happened a little more quickly this time, so I think I'm slightly ahead of the schedule that I had set previously. But going and talking to the newspaper guy, I like said the same things and then still refused and everything. And here I am. I think I crossed the bridge nice and easily this time, which is a relief that it didn't freeze up again on me. Stop fucking staring. Again with this. What about the guy that you're like actively harassing, it seems like? I work in the hospital. You wouldn't believe the things we see in there. The other day, to name just one case, we saw a gentleman who'd been putting arsenic in his coffee every morning. He almost didn't make it. He was putting it in his own coffee? Seems like a little bit of misinformation there. Maybe a little bit of education is in order. Let's hear innocence from the mouth of babes. At the lighthouse, you'll find Saul. Everyone likes Saul. He's the best, except for when he drinks. He drinks a lot. Aw, that's sad. Oh, we're actively crossing the bridge. Is the bridge like a cool hang for people? Is the bridge full of nice folk? In this life, there are some who are born with a great deal of luck and others who are born with very little. And then there's us lot in the middle who haven't really got it all that bad. Huh, that's oddly optimistic. Yo, what's up? Is this August, maybe? Yeah, shit, it is. Look at that. I can't purse my lips anywhere near that much, or furrow my brow anywhere near that much. The brows I can get closer to, the lips, not a chance. And those cheeks, there's a lot of pointy things going. I'm trying to look at the camera to see if I can get all these different face shapes in. He's a very particular fellow. Well. What have we got here, then? The hanged man's friend? I'm August Thompson, or if you prefer, the law of this place. The law here begins and ends precisely with where my truncheon begins and ends. You understand me? And don't go thinking that stiff butts get free rein. I keep an eye on everyone. So tread carefully and be good, eh? Or August will find out, and he won't be best pleased. I like how interrupting is an option all the time. You ask him how's everything going? What's up, buddy? Is everything good, Commissioner Thompson? I don't got to tell you nothing. You're not like those other stiff butts. Know what I mean? You just got here. I don't have to pretend to respect you. You have a harsh tone with August. Or you use one. You make him understand it's in his interest to treat you with difference. You always hear the term indifference. I never hear people just say difference. You don't deign to answer and just scowl at him. He looks like the kind of guy... Actually, I don't know how to interpret. I was going to say I can't tell if he looks like the kind of guy who would respond well or negatively to, like, indignance, trying to like, spit it back at him a little bit. I don't want to threaten him. Yeah, I'm not going to threaten him. I'm just going to stand my ground, I think. If I were you, officer, I'd have a little bit more care with my words. I may have just arrived, yes, but take a good look at me now, because every day you're going to have to look up a bit higher. Oh, that's cool. It's a cool statement. So you got a pair of balls on you then. Not like your friend, the one who died with his tongue sticking out. Blue it was. Blue was my hat. That's brutal, man. Even if I do have to look up to you, by God, I'll be armed with my good friend Justice. See? 2.5 palms. Very sturdy. Those little shits on Cotton Street know all about that. But I do like stiff butts who show they got balls. One thing I did want to ask you, since you're here, why the hell did you come here? And don't lie to me. I'll know. I can smell a whopper a mile off. Guy just really loves him some Burger King. I honestly didn't expect that to go well. I thought he was going to tell me to piss off or something and be like, I'm keeping an eye on you. No, he was stoked that I stood my ground. You're here to investigate the death of your friend. You've come to seek fortune. Telling a police officer that you're, like, taking investigative duties in your own hands seems unwise. But we're off to a good start. And he can smell a Whopper, so I'll try to hand him a Big Mac instead. The truth is, I'd like to find out why my good friend Henry Allen did what he did. We just said we wanted to learn. We didn't say we're gonna do the investigating. And I'll tell you why. Because he couldn't stand that Aberley girl he married. The stiffest of all the stiff butts. The poor fool hung himself so he wouldn't have to look at that vinegar face anymore. You have the most vinegary face anyone's ever had, dude. And I don't blame him. The real shame is that it upset Mrs. Allen. Now there's a fine lady. It's a crying shame she has to live with that viper Aberley. And now I've said more than I should. This guy really hates Juliet. Alright then, you've taken up enough of my time, stiff butt. If you want to earn the right to be called by your real name, you know what you've got to do. Become important. All of August's friends are big deals. Get out of here. I can do that, man. Being important was kind of on my trajectory anyways. I was supposed to do it to gain Juliet's attention, I think, was part of that opening sequence. There's a carriage here. I just wanted to see. Yeah, I'm trying to find like a street sign. I don't know if I legit have to interact with them or if I just have to be on the street to gain access to it. I'm just hopeful that becomes a fast travel point. Not currently, hey? I don't know. It seems like it's going to take so much time to travel up to this area every single time. So I'm a little hesitant, a little uncertain what to do there. I should double check my journal. To reach the town hall, I must turn left after crossing the bridge. Okay, yes. I believe I'm heading in the right direction. Oh yeah, this looks like a town hall. Look at the size of those doors. That's the biggest hall a town has ever had. Hey, is this the mayor just walking around? Wallace? Look how sweaty he is. I'm a bit busy right now. Come see me when I'm in my office. Can you please head to your office? I'm like legitimately here to see you. Can someone like direct me here? Don't you see how busy we are? Please request an appointment for any official request. No, it's too many layers of bureaucracy. Oh God. How am I gonna make this work then? How am I actually gonna come? How am I gonna see him? Maybe I gotta find. Okay, well here's his office, but like, what do I do? Have I seen these symbols somewhere before? Looks like a map to me, dude. So probably a row of portraits of the city's different mayors. Does the city have multiple mayors, or it just means those are like past mayors? Two busts of a lady and a gentleman, flanked by ornamental plants. Oh, what's this behind his desk here? The Rule of the Seven. The Rule of Seven determined in the happy times an upper limit on the movements of daily trade. This was due to our Seven's amusing but disastrous habit of speculating with the economy in a chess game of betrayals, half-truths, and espionage that provoked seismic tremors in the market. Limiting the transaction capacity to 7 per family had 2 beneficial effects. Firstly, the merry-go-round on which the economy was trapped began to slow its pace. Secondly, it provided families with magnificent entertainment on which to focus on their mutual hatreds and rivalries. Today, given that our present economy requires contact, albeit limited, contact with the outside world, this restriction on movement is more lax. But the guiding principle of its existence is the same, and as long as it does not change, it will ensure eternal prosperity. It will just never change. Although it gives an impression of order, the tension lying beneath it is palpable, as if the books, pens, journals, and lamp could all dissolve in the blink of an eye. Did I, like, not make it here in time or something? Ooh, you there with the hat. Oh, he's probably a member of the club. Good morning, sir. As official of the Town Hall's Urban Beautification Department, I oversee aesthetic and functional improvements to our beautiful city. Would you like to contribute to some of our projects? By the way, we're selling tickets for the upcoming play. You must have seen the promotional posters. Ticket for the play, ticket for the play. Oh, I wonder if I contribute to the streetlights, if it'll make more like fast travel locations or something. Ticket first, I think. Tell me more about the tickets. Great, 250. I don't have anywhere near enough. Spent way too much money. And second thought, I don't want a ticket. Never wanted one. It's not that I don't have the money, it's that I don't want one. Tell me more about like the beautification stuff. What kind of costs do those have? Because probably it's lofty. The decorative streetlights look interesting. I'd like to donate. Great. We still need 150. I'm still a ways off. I don't have the money. I'm short on cash. Another time, perhaps. I don't remember what I have. I have like 60 bucks or something. I'm a bit busy. Go to your office, then. How do I make that happen? I still am supposed to go see Weston. I went and visited everything like he told me to, but I didn't actually ever go, like, chat with him after that. I'm hoping if I just leave and come back that maybe he'll be in his office. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good stuff. Oh, no. How embarrassing to have you catch me like that. Did I catch him with wide-eyed and sweaty with both his hands under his desk there? Who knows what he was up to? Well, I've made a terrible first impression. Yes, I truly did. I'm the mayor of this city, and you caught me masturbating in my office. How'd you even find time to fall asleep that quickly? I was just here. In my defense, it's the first hour I've allowed myself to take off in the last few riotous weeks. The city's at a boiling point right now. You'll see soon enough. But let us get to the formalities. I'm Wallace Zimmer, loyal servant to yourself and all residents of this city. As long as my body can stand it, of course. I've been very interested in meeting you. Word on the street is that you've taken over the business in the position of the deceased Henry Allen. I expect from you what I expect from every other important citizen. A helpful hand on my shoulder, not around my neck. Believe me, every little helps. No, come in. I'm meeting you right now, am I? Things at the moment are a little, The mayor's talking on one of those modern devices. I believe they're called telephones? It's the first time I've seen one. Nobody can afford them. Tell Inspector August that it's urgent and that he should fix it as soon as possible. He'd better move his fat ass. You remain silent. We could gather some vital information here, perhaps. You clear your throat loudly, emphatically. Maybe we should get this guy back on track. I'm just, but it's you. Curse the city and all its dilemmas. Excuse me. I'm very pleased to see you here. As you see, Mr. Butler. Yes. No, not that. Not at all. Yes, maybe. Oh dear. Well, now you see for yourself this diabolical machine, telephone they call it. You can talk with anyone, no matter how far away. It's a great help. But let's return to your needs. To your needs, yes? Yes. No. Tell them. My, look, Mr. Butler, I'm hanging up on you. He's like trying to have both conversations, I think. I've got an important visitor. Yes? We'll speak then. No, I don't mind at all. That too. It's all the same to me. Goodbye. Now, where were we? You remind me about the letters he sent you. You remind him about the letter he sent you. You express your happiness. Remind him about the letter. I don't know if you remember. Yes, of course I remember it. Meeting you is very important, most important. Consider this visit a mere act of courtesy. Do not think of me as mayor, think of me as... Again, Butler? What? Mr. Aberley? Well, no, tell him straight away. Tell him 10 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Butler, thank you. As you see, we'll have to make it brief. What a shame. I hope you can forgive my lack of discretion, but there are two most important questions I'd like to ask you. As you can see, and there it goes again. Anyway, as you can see, things are a little tense in the city right now. A big mess, rich and poor. A store burning down here, a unionist disappearing there. Regrettable. All highly regrettable. What I'd like to know... I've had it with this cursed machine. What I'd like to know is what do you think of all this? Have you any concrete thoughts on this struggle, let's say? You're on the side of the rich or the poor? That is a lofty-ass question so early on. I guess the rich? I don't know. Well, Mr. Mayor, I believe my position on all this is very clear indeed. I'm with the upstanding ladies and gentlemen. Please, let me drink to that answer. There you go, down in one. Would you like some? Actually, best not. This one's most expensive. I'll say it again. That response has brightened up my day. You've hit the nail on the head, you really have. My second question is much more intimate. The first one really kind of cut to the core, and I'd completely understand if you didn't answer, but here it is. What are you doing here, exactly? I should try to not give conflicting reports, I guess, because I've already talked to August about this, and he clearly talks to the mayor. Come to make a fortune. My friendship with Henry. I'll be straight with you. I'm here for Henry more than anything else. I was deeply affected by his death, and I want to honor his last wish. Poor Henry. It's very touching to see, you know. Friends still exist for someone. Although, it's no small price to pay to find out. My, how late it's got. Impossibly late. I'm going to have to... Yes, Butler? Yes, Mr. Aberley's coming in person. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Excuse me. No, not you, Butler. I meant yourself. Please excuse me. You see how things are with me. I'll be calling you again. We have many... He's already left? And why didn't you tell him I... he told you that? What could we possibly have added to the journal other than, like, this guy's nuts? The meeting with the mayor of Wallace Zimmer has ended as it started, abruptly. That butler fellow on the other end of the earpiece of that strange machine must put up with an awful lot. Just hearing them jabbering away at each other puts me on edge. Okay, there's multiple pages to this at this point. I replied, honestly, I'm here for Henry. My good friend Henry. His response was rather disconcerting. Something about the price of friendship, which I did not fully understand. God damn. There's so much to take in right now. I should probably still try to go visit Weston. This kind of got dropped. I can try to go visit her, but, like, did the day just advance itself to a point where I kind of am out of time to do that? I'm gonna try... Oh, good. City Hall. City Hall is a checkpoint for me. I can teleport directly in front of Lucas's bookstore, so I'm hoping there's still time in the day to pop back in. Fingers crossed. Aha! I finished your task, boyo. My Dante, you are the Argos to my Odysseus, a faithful friend who always comes through. Thank you. I see you have a banquet under your belt, Dante, from Dana Allen, no less. A little advice... Oh, wait, do I already have the potion? A little advice for your future endeavors. Do not get too close to your friend's mother. Her reputation is nefarious. Catastrophic. I kind of suspected she was up to some shit. I've explored this neighborhood quite enough. From top to bottom. From top to bottom. How happy that makes me, my dear Dante. Now you're in a position to satiate your hungry logos. Did you have any questions for me about your outing? Ask about the theater, the club. Yeah, I want to know about the club, actually. The private members club? If only that's what it were. It's a little more than a miserable den of inflated egos, all marinated in alcohol and tobacco. Sounds like somebody's not a member. Maybe there was no Lucases allowed and you're feeling a little envious. But I suppose that for a businessman such as yourself, it could be a rather interesting place. Thomas Everett is your man if you wish to ingratiate yourself with the Society of the Top Hats, although I recommend my one, the black on white, far less noisy and far more stimulating. Black on writing on papers, his club. Do you wish to ask anything more? Tell me more about your bookshop. I'd like to get to know you a little bit more. You seem helpful. Ooh, now then, what's most certain is that it's not a front for a secret heroin ring. Forgive me, my dear Dante. It's just that I am overcome with emotion at finding at long last amongst all this dirt and grime a cultivated soul. You don't know how much the chalice of my soul overflows with joy upon hearing you ask about my humble dwelling. I could spend hours talking about it and its contents, after the things on its shelves that can be seen by all, and about those things that only a select few. But no, I must contain myself. Ooh, he's got secret books. The only thing I can tell you is that it is always open for you, day and night. That's good to know. It is there to humbly serve you, just as I am. Do you wish to ask anything more? Well, you've been very helpful. Tell me about the theater. I'd like to know about the new play. Not just any play, my good friend. One that has been awaiting its debut for no less than 1,000 years. Casilda and Camilla and the Black Boy. What a story! But you asked me about the theater. It is one of my humble family's few great achievements. My father's, to be specific. You see, the Blues, the Westons, are the guardians of culture in these parts. It was my father who insisted that we couldn't have a half-decent city without a bona fide Weston. In fact, it was his last wish. Well, it delights me to know that our temple to laughter and tears has awakened your interest. Anything else? No, I think I'm quite good. I legitimately appreciate the information. I think that's enough for today in this neighborhood. Many thanks for suggesting this walk to me, Mr. Weston. The pleasure, my dear Dante, has been mine. Without a shadow of a doubt, please come often to sing of joy and sadness with this poor old man. You will always find an eager listener in me. Regibald, may the Ides of March guide you. I don't have the tonic or tincture or whatever we're gonna call it, so I would like to still try and head back and collect that, but I'm thinking that's like, for whatever reason, that option's gone to me now. Oh shit, Juliet's up here. Is there anything you want to talk about? Forgive me, my dear. Can't chat today. And I wasn't getting the recurring messages of like, I feel like I'm gonna vomit or anything. So some wires got a little bit crossed there. Like, the game recognizes that I went and got that treated, but it still didn't save the progress of the day properly. So something went a little awry. She's looking down, doesn't seem to want to talk right now. I didn't expect her to leave her room at all. I guess I'm gonna leave her alone though. It's 7:35, and where have I left things on my journal? That sucks. That's just gonna be left untreated. I think Lucas Weston is going to be an information source of the first order when it comes to discovering the secrets of this strange city. The play is still coming up. Otherwise, I think I did like everything I could hope to do with the day. Migraine shit aside, hopefully that kind of comes up again. Technically, I am playing this just shy of the game's actual release, so there's a chance that I'm playing a build like not 1.0. It might be like there's a few last bugs to iron out, so I'm trying not to knock that against the game because it could have come up entirely because of that. As soon as I look at the bed, I feel inevitably tired. Go to sleep. Stay awake is like, you can't stay awake all night, can you? Maybe that's worth experimenting with at some point. Energetic start to the day, so many things to do and people to meet and everything. Wednesday, day 3. That is where I'm going to set things down. Ridiculously long episode, much more than I was expecting. I better pause it or else I'm going to accidentally run out the clock. I'm curious to see how long things take. I was told the game, on average, takes people 10 to 12 hours to complete, and there's the 21 days overall, so I was just like, oh yeah, if I do 2 days per episode, it'll be like hour-long episodes-ish. This one was excessively long. We'll see how that averages out over time. Maybe I get a better feel. Maybe I do things faster, progress things more quickly. We'll have to see. I'm very excited to see what more is coming. I hope you guys are as interested as I am. This is like, I've found the more I've done the channel that this is kind of like my bread and butter. I love choice-based, narrative-driven stuff like this, so I'm so excited for this one in just a million different ways. I hope you guys are similarly on board. I'm going to try to do it daily. I don't know. I'm going to be away in about a week, though, for an extended period, so I would have to record and schedule the full game. I'm going to do as much as I can. We'll see. I'm going to attempt daily for now. We'll see how that goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again soon.